Hello everybody, welcome. So this webinar is going to give you a quick intro of RepairShopr and Mobile Defenders, and then we'll do a little bit deeper dive into the new integration we've got. So I'm Troy with RepairShopr, I'm the founder, and with us from Mobile Defenders we've got David Endler. Hello David.
Hey everybody.
Hey. So first, just in case people haven't been exposed to RepairShopr, I'll just do a quick overview of what RepairShopr is. In RepairShopr, you've got basically your whole business backend, customers, invoices, estimates, trouble tickets, refurbs, customer purchases, buying things from the public, inventory, point of sale, a lot of these modules we've got up here on the top nav. So this is a platform to run your repair business. And then we've got, some industry-specific functionality for cell phone repair shops. One of the main things is the electronic ordering stuff. So I'll show off that in a moment. Dave, do you want to just share a little bit about what Mobile Defenders is for those maybe RepairShopr people that haven't heard of you guys yet?
Yeah, absolutely. And Mobile Defenders is very excited to be working with RepairShopr with this partnership. And ultimately, our goal was very simple. We're a parts provider. We're one of the two largest providers in the country. And our focus is, we're not about just slinging parts. We're about helping you to actually grow your business. And we feel an integration like this is something that can help you to work smarter and more efficiently and put you in a position to focus more on revenue-bearing activities. And so Mobile Defenders, that really is our value proposition. It's ultimately very simple. It's that we want to be more than a parts provider. Yes, we're going to be with you every part of the way, but at the end of the day, we want to be a solutions center where we can provide you with the support to grow your business. And we're honored to have the opportunity to be integrated with RepairShopr and help provide that value to all the RepairShopr customers out there.
Cool, thanks. All right, so I'm going to do a quick little workflow overview, show like how you do some of the basic things in RepairShopr, and then show our integration. So you dive right in. Sorry for the people that this is review for, but a basic workflow in RepairShopr is you create a customer. You've got someone standing there ready to do a repair for. I'm just going to say mobile test, and you can optionally require some of these fields if you want. We've got a bunch of this stuff required right now. You can do custom fields, turn on SMS for updates, so you can be texting people when different things happen on their repair. Here's the new ticket form. This can be totally customized. We've got a lot of optional stuff turned on here, so if this looks like a lot to deal with for a new ticket, just know that you can slim this down to like half this stuff. So maybe there's an iPhone broken screen we're going to check in. We've got canned messages for the complete issue description here, so you can have nice pre-written messages in here. Lots of other stuff that's available here. You can add assets, appointments. I'm going to turn on a custom field thing that I think a lot of cell phone shops like. So you can attach a custom field type to what we call worksheets. So then on the intake form, you have these worksheets that are like checklists you can go through. So you can be standing there with the customer and say, go through each of these aspects of the phone. The digitizer is passing, the LCD is failing, the volume buttons are passing, maybe the power button fails your test. So you can be recording the state of the device when it comes in. In our example, we've got a pre, post, and QA copy of this worksheet. So as you're checking it in, you're looking at all these things. You hit finalize. You have the customer sign the terms and conditions. This can be on screen with a mouse. This can be an iPad or touch device. This can be a USB Topaz digital signature device. And then this PDF is stored indelibly. So now that you're on the ticket, you can have the technician come, and after they do the repair, they can go through a post worksheet if you want. Just going to minimize that. So the main things you do on a ticket is just comment. You can have internal, this thing was a mess, whatever your internal note might be, those will show up yellow. Those will never show up to a customer. Ticket comments can be emailed by default. You can put something on here like, I repaired your phone, it's ready to go. So you can SMS that out. You can track time if you want. And I've got some additional features turned on here that the average base account doesn't have, but there's a lot possible there with time tracking and lots of different stuff. Remote assistance if you want to do that in your computer repair business. So from here on your ticket, you might just add a charge, maybe a labor and a part. I'm going to put a labor and some kind of LCD on here. All right, and make invoice. So this ticket now becomes status invoiced. On your ticket dashboard, it'll be green, which indicates it's done and ready to go, waiting for that customer to come pick it up. And then when they do come in, you can take payment. We've got integrations with some credit card processors for swiping. We've got an EMV terminal with Vantage, so you can do chip cards, Apple Pay, all that stuff. I'm just going to do a cash payment here for this example. This is all hooked into our auto printer feature, so receipts and labels and everything just print at the right times automatically. You never get a print dialog to pop up and interrupt your flow where you have to select a printer or anything. And then after the payment, the system's just going to say, hey, this is attached to a ticket that's currently open in the status invoice. Do you want to resolve it? So you can view it or just close it if you know it's to be closed and continue. So that's a straightforward transaction. This is what the receipt looks like that'll spit out. And you've got that happy customer with a nice record here. So there's tons more it can do. That's the basic flow that I wanted to show everybody. Again, we've got refurbing, customer purchases from the public. We've got full serialized inventory. So there's really a lot you can get into. So from here, let's dive into the brand new integration. So where's the best place to start? Maybe the App Center. From admin in your RepairShopr account, you should be able to go to App Center at this point and find Mobile Defenders. When you go into the Mobile Defenders app card, this is how you turn on the integration. So once you put in an email and validate it, your screen will look slightly different from this, but this is what it looks like when you are ready to go. And now what you need is you need Mobile Defenders SKUs on your products, and you need a Mobile Defenders vendor. So from the inventory page, we've got a vendor module. Got that open in another tab. So you want to add a Mobile Defenders vendor, and then from the Mobile Defenders vendor catalog or from their website, they have SKUs or Mobile Defender part numbers on all their products. You want to get those numbers put on your inventory. You can do that via CSV. I'll just kind of gloss over this but show you where it is. From your inventory, if you export to CSV, it'll put a column on that CSV called like Mobile Defenders SKU, and you can populate your Mobile Defenders SKUs there. Pretty soon we're going to have like a one-click import. Could be a couple weeks out, but so that's the place you can do it in bulk, and the place you can do it one-off is on the product edit page. You can select the vendor here and then pop on a SKU here. So what a lot of people that have established inventory in RepairShopr do is just come here, add SKU for Mobile Defenders, put the SKU. Takes a few minutes to do the setup, but if you've just got your like most popular 10 or 20 products, this will only take 10 or 20 minutes to get those SKUs loaded. Once those SKUs are on there, this integration is ready to go. So from there, anytime you make a purchase order, and you have a purchase order for Mobile Defenders, I'll just go ahead and make one new purchase order. Mobile Defenders. This isn't the fun way to do it, but it'll illustrate it for the sake of this demonstration. But there's a pending order screen we hope everybody starts to use. We can cover in Q&A if you guys want later. So this is a purchase order in RepairShopr for the vendor Mobile Defenders. And then I think I have a product set up here. I'm going to order 5 of these. So now that I've got a purchase order set up, and you can use some of these shortcut buttons, add all low stock items by this vendor. I didn't take the time to set up my demo account for those buttons to work, but if you've got something set to like its reorder point and you are low on it, these buttons will work. You can just one click, pop a bunch of stuff onto that purchase order. So we've got a purchase order, we've got a vendor SKU showing up here, and with the integration, we've got this new widget in here. So I've got some screenshots of this I wanted to just pop through to show this checkout process because my demo account is going against their live thing, and I don't want to do a real live order. So when you click that start order button, it takes you into like a shopping cart. Here it's showing shipping address and billing address from your Mobile Defenders account. So you can select, if you're a multi-location or whatever, you can select which one you want this order to go to. You hit next. Now it's going to show the different shipping methods. You've got FedEx, all the different options, the local pickup, whatever. Hit next, and it's going to ask you how you want to pay. I believe you can use a stored credit card or a PayPal billing agreement. We can maybe come back to those specifics. Once you hit next, selecting the payment method, we're going to show you a subtotal of the order. You can give this a quick eyeball to make sure it's kind of matching what you were expecting, and then hit place order. Once you place the order and the order is processed on the Mobile Defender side, we're going to put shipping notes in that we received from them, and we're also going to have general notes. So there's an order number from Mobile Defenders. This is showing you that it really happened. And then once that thing does ship, the tracking numbers are also going to pop back in to this screen. So you'll be able to just one click on those tracking numbers to watch things get tracked. One fun thing to note is when you do this order and we get cost information from Mobile Defenders on what the things cost, we'll update those line items to the new cost and do all the cost averaging stuff for you. So all that magic stuff will happen behind the scenes. From here, I think that's all at a high level for the integration, and we can just go into some Q&A time, unless, David, you want to talk about anything else around this?
The one area that I would point to, because we've seen some questions from our own customer base, would be really feedback is certainly always welcome from the people who are going to be utilizing integration. And so this has been in beta testing, and we've really worked through all the kinks to make sure that it's a strong integration right away. But at the same point, part of our philosophy is that we believe this is version 1 and it can always be better. So the more feedback that you give to us on either the RepairShopr or the Mobile Defender side, the better that we can continue to support you into the future. So I would certainly point to that, and I would say that our development teams are still working on already fine-tuning the software moving forward as well. So that's what I would preface any sort of questions we might have with.
Yeah, great point. All right, so just type your questions into GoToWebinar control panel, and we'll start going through these. If they're on the RepairShopr side, I'll try and answer. When the cost changes at Mobile Defender and it's reflected in RepairShopr, is there any kind of alert that comes up to let me know the cost has changed? I know this was discussed. I don't know if it's done. That is a great question that I can try and ping someone in the chat right now to see if we know the answer to. I think that's like a no-brainer that if it isn't there right now, we will add. So give me 1 second to see if I can back channel that. Next question. Are inventory levels at Mobile Defenders going to be live? In that checkout flow, we are checking inventory levels, definitely. I should have got some screenshots for that, but basically, if you try and buy something that Mobile Defenders doesn't have enough of or is back ordered on, there will be an error message and a screen right in that area right in here that says, hey, this happened, what do you want to do? So it might say, you requested 10 and there's only 5 available. Do you want to update your order to 5 or remove that line item? And then you can just one click, make the adjustment, and continue on. Someone says Mobile Defender's not appearing on our app screen. Timing for that. It should be. Can you write to help@RepairShopr.com an email and we'll take a quick peek. Hopefully that'll be an easy thing to address. Another RepairShopr question. Is it possible to bundle an item with a labor item for one-click ability? For instance, tying an item to a labor. So yes, totally. A lot of people will say like, iPhone 6 screen repair or whatever, and it'll have some labor and some parts. In RepairShopr, we've got bundles. I'll just do a super quick show of that. I think they're in here. Yeah, bundle items. Awesome computer example. So you can, add different inventory items. You can update their individual prices or do the bundle price. And then when these are added to invoices, no one sees the line item detail inside. So I think that's standard bundle. Mobile Defenders has 2 locations items ship from. Will this show you if your cart will ship from 2 locations? I can guess. I remember this being talked about. I think with this initial integration, it's only going to work if all the items are available at one location. But David, do you happen to know, or we can always get clarification on that later and put that in the relevant help page.
Yeah, that's something that just provides some insight on both that and some of the other inventory-related questions that either the RepairShopr or Mobile Defenders audience might not necessarily know in terms of some of the investments that we're making as an organization. And so we're currently working on what we're calling our proprietary smart shipping platform to continue to make things easier to understand how everything comes together from a shipping perspective so that we can really maximize the value that we can provide in shipping and minimize shipping costs overall, and of course the speed in which a product gets to people who are operating with a lean inventory system. And so that's something that certainly we can speak about directly with any of our account executives here at Mobile Defenders. But the long and the short of it is our system's designed to minimize something like split shipping and to maximize how quickly something is getting to you. And on the other side of that, obviously, as we know from a parts perspective, based off of what happened with Samsung and the Note 7, the entire industry has suffered from a perspective of being able to carry Samsung-related parts. But at the same point, we also have designed a inventory system where we continue to expect that we're going to have parts availability so that, some of these parts-related questions, am I going to order, is it going to arrive, is it going to be in stock? Our expectation and our goal is we're not going to stop until it's ready and accurate 100% of the time.
Great. RepairShopr question. When I input my stock on screens, for example, iPhone 6, sometimes I sell past what's in my inventory. So this question is, to put it simply, about selling negative. There is a feature called, we're calling it internally back orders, that for a while we didn't default on. Actually, we might still not be defaulting it on, that if you're serious about inventory, you really should have it on. It's in here, Inventory Settings, Advanced, Enable the Backorder feature. I need to put this on my list to make sure this is on for everybody, but what this will do is if you sell negative, we will track, you can see right here, -12. So it goes down to 0, and then it becomes back ordering. So in your inventory modules button, you'll see a new link for pending orders. Pending orders will show things that are low and need restock, and it will show things that are back orders. So like this used iPhone 5C was sold on this invoice, and it's back ordered for that reason. Like there's 0 in stock, and we need 11 because the reorder app plus these back orders. So basically, TLDR, yes, turn on the back order feature. You will get the ability to sell negative, and then when you do purchase orders for things that are back ordered and you receive those items in, it'll prompt you, hey, there's a couple invoices that had these line items when you were at 0. Do you want us to earmark some of this new stock toward those? So if you've got 5 back ordered, you receive 10, you click the fulfill all, it'll take 5 of those, apply them to the back orders, and you'll end up with 5 in stock. So maybe that's a long way of saying, yes, we support going negative. We've built some cool tech around it and put it on the pending orders page so you can, one click, see all those and resolve them. Cody says combined shipping an option between systems. Combined shipping an option between systems. Can you elaborate on that question?
Currently, that's not an option in terms of combining shipping. Essentially, what that would mean is Mobile Defenders has a feature where if they put in a specific order and we have not processed that order yet, they can actually combine shipping by adding it to a previous order. At this time, that's not something that's the system's capable of doing, but it is certainly something that we're looking into.
Smart. Okay. On the RepairShopr side, we give you the option of putting something on a new PO or adding to existing PO, so you've at least got some of the tooling to be able to not be creating a lot of redundant POs if you're keeping your eye on it, but it sounds like definitely there's a deeper thing that I wasn't aware was a thing. Can RepairShopr be used in a prepaid cell phone store for an all-in-one POS, or is it just for repair? It's definitely a full-featured POS. There's an area in the cell space called activations that I don't know a ton about, but we do not do that. There are other systems out there that do a great job of that. That's probably the one big area that we're missing, but there's a lot of cell phone shops out there, thousands, using us for the full POS. The POS has, barcode scanning, Z-reports, all that fun stuff, drawer pop, nice buttons for touchscreen. You can, manual search here, scan barcodes up here, lock screens, all kinds of POS stuff. Hopefully that answers that question. Josh asks, will there be a way to see the ROI we're getting from the markup of each part so we can calculate markup percent to determine the most profitable repairs, allowing us to focus our marketing efforts on the most profitable repairs? Sort of. That's a big question, but I can show one cool area in Domo. Domo is a paid add-on. It is inexpensive. It's like $20 or less probably, depending on your plan. In Domo, we've got some stuff around. Hopefully I can go right to it. Products by volume, average sales per invoice, most profitable products. If you haven't had a Domo trial, we've got some funky data in our demo account, but if you haven't had a Domo trial yet, go get a trial and then you can play with this. There's like some filtering stuff in here you can do. So this once your account is established for a little while and you've got some transactions running in it, if you've already had a Domo trial and you want another one, just ping us. We can probably do that for you. But this is a great way to see that. I can't think off the top of my head if there's other similar reports in RepairShopr, but I can take a quick peek in the background. Yeah, I don't see others. Steve says, my business is new. I just placed my first order with Mobile Defender a day or two ago. Would I be able to add that new forthcoming inventory automatically, or would I have to enter it manually? If you did that order before the integration, you have to data enter that PO manually. But I'm interpreting that question to say is there a way we can like suck in past Mobile Defender orders manually or automatically or otherwise? Right now that isn't built. Josh says, need to get hooked up with Domo. Thanks. Yes, Josh. Just reach out to our support team. And Steve says, yes, I interpreted the question correctly. All right. Questions have been slowing down. Give you guys another minute or two for some last minute questions, and then we'll probably wrap. David, have any last minute statements, burning desires you want to drop before we wrap this?
No, I would just say that I certainly appreciate everyone's time who logged on today to learn a little bit more about the integration, and that Mobile Defenders and RepairShopr is working together to come up with some additional documentation and training information to be more helpful to explain some of these things in the future, and to just help be a greater partner and resource for all of our dual customers. And so at the end of the day, we thrive on feedback, and anything that you can provide to either of us in terms of things to work on, I think helps us to be a better resource and service to you moving forward. So thank you all for your time.
Cool. And we did get a couple last minute questions here. Is this recorded? Yes. We'll figure out where to post this. Is Mobile Defender's internal credit able to be used in RepairShopr? Does that mean at checkout use store credit? Eric in POs.
We're working on that, getting that integrated right now. I know our development team has been talking about it already, so we expect to have that on the path in the future. Internal credit for those on the RepairShopr side, that just goes back to what we have, for people who are selling their broken screens to us or any sort of returns of that nature. We give them internal credit for them to use on future parts or accessories. And so that's something that down the line we're working on making it so that you can utilize that internal credit directly with the integration.
Cool. Someone said, do we have an ETA until one-click option for inventory goes live? I said nothing concrete, but hopefully in a few weeks. What about importing data from previous software from Jim? We've got a number of different tools to import different CSVs you can get from different competing products to us. We've got custom importers for. In a lot of the modules, there's a CSV import like from inventory. Import is right here. You can import customers. If you've got tickets you want to pull in from another system, some of the competing products we have built custom importers for. I won't name them by name, but there's a handful of different importers we've written for different systems to bring in ticket and invoice history. So just contact our support folks at help@repairshopr.com or with the feedback thing on the right while you're logged in, and just say, hey, can you help me import from whatever system, and we'll let you know what is available. Is it worth the time to manually input, or should I just hang tight? Josh, if you want to play with it right away, I would definitely manually input some of your products you want to play with. I don't know how many weeks until we've got a catalog. Someone says our previous software, PC Repair Tracker. We definitely have a PCRT importer. PCRT in our help section, which you can find up here in help. search for PCRT, and then there's a link to our GitHub where there's a script. You can put a script on your server and use the command line version. Stick the script in your PCRT folder, change permissions, run it. You'll need your API key and subdomain, and it'll pop everything into your account. I would be careful about doing that if you've been running for a long time. You don't want to create duplicates and stuff. Just be aware it'll create customers, and if you don't have unique fields like phones and emails on them, people have had an old RepairShopr account that they did this to, like a 1-year-old account, and got some duplicates. So just be aware. This is better to do when your account is new, like with all of our data importers. Is it worth mentioning payment methods need to be set up through the user's Mobile Defender account? Yes, it is. Go to your Mobile Defender's account to set up your stored payment methods. I think that's it. I love answering questions, so I'm just going to drag this out as long as possible. Someone says, thanks guys, applause. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, that was fun. So we're going to wrap this, and hopefully we'll get this recording out somewhere. Maybe watch our blogs or social media for that to pop up in coming days. All right, everybody, have a good one.